Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the replay viewers when it's time for that. Welcome to anyone who would like to join me now. So what I'm showing you right now is, hey Lewis, this is the room that I always do my Tuesdays on, the scoping on when I'm home. And then I also use this room to give mantras when I teach meditation, which I did this past weekend. So I still have things set up for that. And I sent out a picture of this earlier. Anyway, I just thought I would show you. Hey, Joyce. Good to see you here. Thank you, Jennifer, for inviting your followers and also sharing on Twitter. You know, this is looking so dark to me. I wonder if I can. Oh, let me go in. Yes. Hi there. Oh my goodness, you guys are sharing so much. Thank you. Kathy and Teresa. No sound? Is that the same for everyone? No sound? I know I saw Danica's scope. I was looking at it last night and there was sound, but it was completely out of sync. And then it froze. Oh, good, it's working. Oh, good, good, good. Okay, yay. Because I did mute my phone, so if it made noises, you wouldn't have to be bothered. But I've done that before and you could still hear me. So thank you, Miss Jady Blue. Your name's Jade, right? I'm thinking it's Jade. And thank you, Tony, compassioning. Oh, good. It's all good. Yay. Yay. Thank you for loving me and my precious daughter. I'm pretty good. Thank you, Annie, for inviting followers. Jade. Okay, but please call me. I'll try to remember. Oh, I said try. Ah! I will do my best to remember. I'm starting to take some notes, so yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jade. I have a very close friend, one of my Chopra friends. Her name is Jude, so maybe that'll help me remember. Yes, yeah, empowering words, I guess you could call it that. It's, yeah, choosing between two words, and, you know, where we commonly sort of go for one right away. Oh, I'm seeing I'm showing higher up on my bookshelf today. Anyway, you see that book, the picture frame, the little double picture frame up there? That was my father's father carved that out of wood, and there's little inlays of like mother of pearl, and probably got it from an abalone shell or something. So anyhow, all right. Oh my goodness, 62 people. Wow, I usually don't get that unless Danica's on here. Is Danica on here? Are you here and I didn't notice? Well, thank you so much, and look at all those hearts. Oh my goodness. Okay, I am getting sentimental now. All right, so let's go ahead. And have any of you been thinking about your words a little bit more? And thank you, Jennifer. And seeing, no, my other daughter does not do social media at all unless she happens to be with me or Danica. Cut. Your name's April, correct? And she has a very talented daughter, 12 years old, has an amazing voice. She sent me a clip of her daughter in the school play. She had the lead in the school musical, and she was really good. Very, very, very good. So yeah, so words. Anyone thinking about or noticing when you say try when you don't need to? You can use a better word. Oh, good, Cheryl. That's great. El Viejo's clapping. Does that mean you've been doing it and you like it? you like the words that'll bring you more to actually accomplishing what it is you're doing rather than just trying. Okay, so today, cool. So today, the choice is between the word but and the word and. And it's amazing how often we use the word but, which is kind of a negative. It's like this and this and this, but that, when we could actually use the word and. And I'm not saying that there aren't times when but is the appropriate word, but notice, do notice, when you could use the word and instead. I know, right? So I want to give you a couple of examples of what I'm talking about. All right, here's one. If say you, but is not always bad. Sometimes it's very appropriate. It's just we use it more. Generally speaking, we use it more than is necessary, and we can, and it does convey a different message. So if I were to say to you, "I like your new coat, but your hair looks amazing," right? And then if I were to say to you, "I like your new coat and your hair looks amazing." You see? So that's the way I'm talking about, where you could say, because if you like someone's coat and their hair, and yes, it does. It totally changes the energy, Tony. It really does. Now, if you really do mean something but something else, right? If the second thing is in some way contradicting the first thing, then it's appropriate. There's a pause in the second one. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Here's another example. And this one I was watching, are you guys familiar with the Agape Church here in Los Angeles? And the pastor there, Michael Beckwith. I like to answer it. There you go. Well, anyway, he's this amazing spiritual leader. He's just amazing. And occasionally I'll watch it. He's now on, he does stuff online. Their website actually will broadcast their church services, and he'll also do Periscope sometimes just before the service is happening, and kind of get you all excited about going. Again, meant that it was the difference. So he was talking about this gal who was going to be, she had just done a performance, because they do a lot of music and stuff at his services, and the actual service hadn't begun yet, and they were doing, the choir was singing, and then this couple did some dancing, and he was talking about how she was going to be giving a lesson in one of the adjoining rooms after, oh my goodness, 104 people, thank you for being here. Thank you. And if you're not already following me, please do. Anyway, so he was talking about this woman and how this dancer, and she was going to be giving a lesson after the service in such and such a room. And I was actually kind of surprised, and this is no criticism of him, but it really made me notice, and I wrote it down right away because I knew I was going to be talking about this at one point. He said regarding her class, it's a $20 donation, but she's wonderful. And, you know, and I suppose he was in a way maybe apologizing that they were asking for a donation at all. I don't know what his intention was. I thought to myself, if he were to say it's a $20 donation and she's wonderful, that kind of then sounds like, hey, maybe she's worth the $20, right? To learn to dance from her. Anyway, there's just another example. It's a $20 donation, but she's wonderful, or it's a $20 donation and she's wonderful. I just made up another one. I went to the store, and before that I had, oh, yes, I went to the store, but before that I had some lunch. Or I went to the store, and before that I had some lunch. Now, in that sentence, it's not really going to be a huge life-changing thing which one you say, yet it's obvious that it's you. The person you're talking to is going to hear it differently. Your inner self is going to hear it differently, depending on if you use and or the word but. So, therefore, I would encourage you to pay attention. That's right, Tony. The word but can end up negating the words that came before it, or just negating, diminishing. Yes, yeah. Yeah, so, another one of those things to pay attention to listen to yourself and see where you can substitute those words or, switch those words out. All right, so now I'm trying to remember who it was last week after, oh, and by the way, Tony, next week I'm going to do one of your words. Just so you know, Tony sent me some of the words that he has switched out over the years, and so I'm going to do one of his words next week, next Tuesday. Alrighty. Oh yes. Now talking about meditation. After last week's scope, one of you asked me about being jittery, or I can't remember who it was. It might have been Jennifer. I can't remember for sure who it was. It was you, Jennifer. Okay. That you had watched me during one of our meditations, and I seemed to sit so still, and yet you felt fidgety. I'm going to say, I don't know if you're, yeah, well, I'm not actually, because I keep peeking to make sure that people can see the iPad, so I don't really go fully into a meditative state when I'm meditating with you guys. I have to figure out a way to secure that iPad so I don't have to hold anything, and that way I can, during that time, fully immerse, which I would really love to do. Any chance I get, I love to do that. So, in general, if it's, you want to make sure that you're sitting comfortably. You really want to make sure of that before you begin your meditation. And if during meditation, especially if you're doing more than a minute or two like we do, when you're sitting for longer periods of time, there's a chance that, you might have an itch on your head or something. Go ahead and scratch it if you need to. You don't have to be like this stone statue. That can, if you have that attention, do you and Danny, to answer your question, we've been together when we haven't, I guess you can actually join your literal periscopes feed together. We haven't done that. No, I've just sort of, been with her when we did the global meditation scope, and then if I've been around, yes, Oscar night. Yes, that's right, Oscar night when we were doing the behind the scenes. Then, I was part of that, part of her scope. Other times I've just sort of crashed her scope if she, peeking behind her shoulder. I guess it's called bombing, right? I bombed her scope. So back to meditation. Sit comfortably, whichever way that is for you. Some people like to hold on to a pillow. It kind of gives them a little extra support. Bubble whisperer. Yes, I was the bubble whisperer. Some people will put pillows around them in the chair that they're in. Some people prefer being on the floor with their back up against the wall, sitting on a pillow. You find what... oh good, well welcome to Periscope, Shannon. You find what position works best for you, and that's over time. You especially if you meditate every day, it won't take you very long. You'll figure out whether you're at work or at home, wherever you happen to be, how to be the most comfortable. So once you're comfortable like that, then physically, you're less likely to get fidgety during meditation because you're already comfortable. You know, you're supporting your back or whatever it is you need to do to be comfortable. And then the other thing, if you're feeling fidgety because of thoughts that are coming through, just remember, you don't try to block the thoughts ever. You don't judge them. You don't try to block them. They can be right there with you as you're thinking your mantra. So, and if you allow that, if you allow them to coexist, all of our minds are always going. That's what they're supposed to do, right? That's what they're supposed to do. That's the job of our mind, is to think. And it's the job of the mantra to interfere with that and allow our consciousness to transcend. So, yes. And if you judge it when you have thoughts while you're doing a meditation, that could cause you to become agitated because you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't be thinking, I'm not doing it right. And that isn't so. You are doing it correctly. Because as I said to my students this past weekend, thoughts are a natural part of the process. They most definitely are. And I don't know, wherever you are right now, as you're listening to me, this is where your focus is, but there are still other noises around you, whether it's somebody talking in another room or a bird chirping outside. If you take your attention away from me and pay attention to the rest of your environment, there are other sounds. Your kids, yet your main focus is me talking, I hope, right in this moment. So in that same way, thoughts can be going on, which are, we hear our thoughts, right? We hear our thoughts when we're meditating. We hear our mantra. So you just bring your attention to the mantra that you're using, and the other thoughts can still be going on in the background. Yeah. And another little thing, which is really important, is while you're meditating, if you're looking to go into some magical silent place, first of all, if you do what I say, you will. When we're there, we don't know we're there because there's no time or space in that place. So we don't know we're there when we're there. However, we bring a memory of that back with us, and that is what brings about more calmness and relaxation and de-stressing. Yes, Jennifer, you're going to do it when we do it here. How she scopes from her car. Yeah, she's a busy gal. Oh, thank you, Tony. All right, so is everyone ready to meditate? And does anyone need a little refresher on the alternate breathing that we do before? So if you want a refresher, first time, okay, all right. So just even one person here for the first time, I will absolutely give you instruction, and then we'll do it. So we're going to start by doing what I call alternate breathing, and it's a yoga breath. And we begin by breathing in through both nostrils, and then we block one side and we breathe out, and we breathe in. We block the other side, breathe out, breathe in. And doing that on both sides, then that's one round. And we'll be doing 3 rounds of that, and I'll guide you through that. And if you want to close your eyes during that time, that's actually preferred. If you're new and you want to, and you want a visual of me doing it with you, then go ahead and keep your eyes open. And then after the alternate breathing, you'll have your eyes closed, and I'm going to guide you through. You begin by saying, I am, and you not saying, thinking, I am, and then right? Yes, hopefully all the hearts will go away because you'll all be doing this. But that's all right. Yes, and that's all right. And that's all right. So we do the breathing, and then I'll guide you through your thinking silently. You're hearing in your mind, I am, and then your first name and your last name, and then just your first name, and then just I am, and then aham, which is Sanskrit for I am. After that is when you'll begin your mantra. If you have your own personal mantra, use that. If you have a mantra that you're already familiar with, use that. If you don't, what you can do is you pay attention to your breath. You just notice your breath. You don't try to control it. And on the inhale, you think the word so, S-O. And on the exhale, you think the word hum, H-U-M. And that then is your mantra. And we are going to meditate for 2 whole minutes together. And then I have a timer. You don't want to be looking at the timer. I'll be holding it up. Let me show it to you. I'll be holding it up. And this is so if someone new joins us in the middle of this, they'll know what we're doing and how long, how much time is left. And then they can decide if they want to join us or, come back later or whatever. And when the 2 minutes is done, the timer will sound a bell, a chiming kind of bell. And that's your signal to stop the mantra, keep your eyes closed, and we'll take about a minute or a little bit less than that to come back into full activity again. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start by getting more comfortable, repositioning my legs here so they're not in a weird, squished, painful position. And let me readjust this so you can see me take my eyes off. All right, everybody comfy and ready to go. And then if you have any questions afterwards, of course, I'll answer them. All right, so we're going to begin with the breathing. So breathe in through both nostrils. Block one nostril and breathe out. Breathe in. Switch sides 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 and breathe out. Breathe in. Switch sides. Breathe out. Breathe in. And relax. All right, now with your eyes closed, silently think, I am your first name and your last name. Repeat that 2 more times. Now drop the last name and think, I am, and just your first name. Now just think, I am. I am. And now think aham. Aham. And now begin your mantra. Alright, stop your mantra. Keep your eyes closed. You can deepen your breathing during this time. Kind of move around a little bit, being very, very gentle with yourself. Allowing your awareness to fully integrate back into your body. All right, and when you're ready, I'm not ready yet. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Hi, sweetie. How cool to open my eyes and see you inviting followers. That's my baby, Danica. So Danica, did you join in time to meditate with us? Oh, Shannon, did your daughter meditate with us? Oh, you joined just now? Okay. Well, we did the alternate breathing and some... Hi, everyone. Well, you know, I'm Danica's mom, and we just finished, about 100 of us just finished doing a 2-minute meditation. So if you watch the replay, you can meditate with us. And everyone who comes every week here to this scope to meditate, they all love it. Hello. I'm Danica's mom. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. You know, guys, I have 800 and some followers, which I am so grateful for, and I would have reached my 1,000 by now if I didn't delete the the trolls and those I guess they're called sex bots. Like, maybe I should put all those people back in just to have 1,000 followers for a day, so I can give away this this canister of Danica's. Do you believe in palms up? What is that? Palms up? What you mean, like to meditate with your palms up? Yes. It's not necessary. And it does, though. It can assist in energy, right? Oh, thank you, Dawn. That's very sweet of you. So, yes, my name is Mahaila, Mahaila. And before the meditation, we were talking about words, how wonderful it can be when we substitute the word "and" for the word "but." Not that the word "but" isn't useful and has its correct place to be. However, most of us use it a lot more than we need to. So, yes, Jennifer, replacing "but" with "and." Let's see. So, does increasing their own Yes, I love Crystal too. My other daughter. I love her too. So Shannon, are you going to start back with yoga and Pilates? Are you going to try to start up? Or are you going to start up? That's another one. Watching where we use the word try when it's not necessary, because our subconscious hears these words and takes them literally and manifests for us accordingly, because we are always manifesting our reality, whether we're doing it consciously or not. So it helps to bring in similar advice from another source. Who was that source? I've certainly gotten a lot of advice from a lot of people throughout my life, and of course, one of the main sources I have is Deepak Chopra, and his source is the Vedas, Vedanta, which is thousands and thousands of years old, and happily, teachings from so many places say the same thing, which is so cool. Now she's following you and her. Oh, your mother. Oh, well, tell, April, tell your mom thank you. My name is MahailaMcKellar. I am the mother of Danica McKellar and Crystal McKellar. You're probably here because of Danica inviting you, in which case you would know who she is. If you don't, though, she's I'm Winnie's mom. No, I'm not Winnie's mom. I am Danica's mom. And Crystal. Crystal was Becky Slater on the Wonder Years. If you know Danica from the Wonder Years, you probably are also aware of Crystal. Do I know Peru? I have not been to Peru. I certainly am aware of Peru. One of those places that is on my list. Haven't gotten there yet. Did I like Tasmania? Oh, that movie of Danica's? I never watched it. I never watched it. I've watched her Lifetime movies, her Hallmark movies, lots of things that she's done. Never watched that one. Wow, didn't know she was... My daughter Crystal? Yes, she was Becky Slater on the Wonder Years. She was almost Winnie Cooper. During the auditions, it actually was narrowed down to Crystal and Danica. So how about that? And when they decided on Danica, they promised Crystal that if the pilot went to series, that they would, oh, look at all those hearts that just came through, that they would write a role for her. They would create a role for her. And she wasn't able to do the first, Crystal wasn't able to do the first character that they created for her. I forget, what was her name? Carla Healy. She was supposed to be Carla Healy, and as it turned out, she was doing, she'd gotten hired to do a movie of the week, and so she couldn't do both. She couldn't be doing both things. So then the following season, they wrote another character for her, and that was Becky Slater. So I'm also, in addition to being a former stage mother,